How's everybody doing today? Doing good? Good. Because I'm doing good too. Well, kind of. A lot of news that's been going on. Kind of sad, kind of angry, things. You gotta try to cheer yourself up. And what better way to cheer yourself up than watching a really good match of the night is what we're going to be doing tonight on Wrestleview Weekly. That is what this show is. Hi, everybody. I'm Doug Lackey, veteran columnist for Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live alongside Adam Martin, editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, where we cover all of the WWE pay-per-views and do recaps and reviews and the things. It has been an incredibly chaotic past 36 hours to 48 hours of wrestling news. Some shocking, some sad, some really, really weird stuff has been going on these past couple of days. And I blame this heat wave that's been going on outside. Well, sure, the weather is universal. But at least what's going on where I am, the past couple of days has been 97 to 100 degrees with a heat index of Satan's asshole. And so it's just been a very, very hard past couple of days. And man, does the news reflect it that's been happening the past couple of days. But we're going to trudge through it. We're going to recap it all. We're going to go back over the red and blue shows that happened this week. That was the fallout from Money in the Bank on Sunday. Speaking of which, Money in the Bank. So predictions that I made. Predicted 15 matches. 5 from the NXT TakeOver pay-per-view and 10 from the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I went a collective 10-5 for the weekend. Of my 5 locked picks, only 2 of them did not come true. One of them, I was a little far-fetched in thinking what happened. The second one, I did not get on a technicality. Okay, but locked picks for the weekend. I locked Tommaso Ciampa to defeat Johnny Gargano. Got it. I also locked in Bobby Lashley to defeat Sami Zayn. No brainer. I also locked in Ronda Rousey to defeat Nia Jax via DQ. Got it. Perfect 3 on those, except for the other 2. Predicted Elias to become the new Intercontinental Champion. That did not happen. I also predicted that Asuka would win her match against Carmella via DQ, counting on Ellsworth to come in. However, Ellsworth did come in, but only as a distraction to allow Carmella to win. So, it's on a technicality, but hey, that's what happened. So, 2 lock picks wrong, which means it's time for the punishment. All right. As I do with all of my predictions, if I get a lock pick wrong, I must take a shot of something. And tonight, we are taking shots of Luna Azul Blanco, 100% de agave tequila. There's the double shot glass. So here we go. I'm really glad that I'm only getting 2 wrong. Because there have been times where I think it was the Superstar Shakeup, I was fearing I was going to be taking 4 or 5 shots when I only ended up taking 2, I think. Yeah, I think I took 2 or 3. I can't remember. So, I hope you all can hear that. I am not pouring water. I'm not pouring water. This is the real deal. So, all right. And of course, being me, margarita chaser, because I live dangerously and on the festive side. So, here is, I think it was 2 shots on the shakeup. So, here we go. This is for getting stuff wrong and hoping I get more stuff wrong. No. This is all just integrity. Here's to integrity. Oh. Oh. All right. I'm glad we got that out of the way. All right. Also, other stuff we're doing on the show. Gonna go look back over the Milk Carton. The WWE Milk Carton. Some people have gotten off of the Milk Carton, but others have been added on. And I think I know why. Because it was revealed, I think, on SmackDown what was keeping a couple of people from appearing on television. I guess that's a good way of putting it. But I digress. Also, match of the night. Um, so match of the night. If you haven't seen or read anything on the interwebs today, it was posted by Vader's son on his Twitter account that unfortunately Big Van Vader passed away Monday night. It kind of hits a little hard for me personally, just as Bobby the Brain Heenan, his passing passed away when he passed away because not just with Bobby the Brain, I have met him personally, and he was one of the reasons why I love professional wrestling and got into watching it. But Vader was a different kind of cat to me because, yes, I met him personally, had great conversations with him about life in general. But he was also the one that showed me how great professional wrestlers are, just how great a people they are, how it's not always about working, it's not always about selling, it's about just being good people. Um, yeah, sharing pancakes with Vader at Cracker Barrel is an experience I definitely will never forget. But in celebration of his career and celebration of his life, we are going to be watching for the match of the night, his match on January the 4th in 96, where he faced Antonio Inoki in New Japan. This is a match I am really, really excited to see. Dark Overlord Meltzer gave it 4 stars. Um, and I'm going to be brutally honest here also. I don't think I've ever seen an Antonio Inoki match. I don't think I have. And so this is going to be very educational and very entertaining at the same time. I can't wait for this. But also, I kind of want to put it on a side. So a lot of the things I see on the Twitter and the Facebook regarding passing of Vader and everyone saying that great big man, great big man, great big man, innovator, blah 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 blah. There aren't a lot of condolences or words like what I'm saying that are that are personal. Uh, yes, I offer my prayers and condolences to his family and everything, but at the same time, I think of him as just a great person. Um, I don't. Sometimes I just kind of shrug off a lot of the tweets and everything that I see of, he's a great big man and all these professional accolades and people outcrying for his induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now's not the time to be angry about that. Now's not the time to be cynical about that kind of stuff. And now's not the time to be really tequila setting in. To not really be so analytical of his career. It's just about the person. And so, with that being said, that's the match we're going to watch. Big Van Vader versus Antonio Inoki from New Japan in 1996. But before we get into any of that, also, if you haven't noticed, look at that little thingy that's over on the side of the screen. I, alongside Adam Martin, will be at StarCast over on Labor Day weekend over in Chicago, going alongside the All In event there. We will be part of the Podcasters Row and part of Media Row at the All In event, where we'll be talking to some performers, doing some weird stuff, and can't wait to see most of you there. You're going to be stopping by. Can't wait to see you. Going to throw some Cheetos at you, offer you a Mountain Dew, because that's what friends do. Yeah, Adam tried to start a fight with the Young Bucks. I don't know if he started a fight, but all I know is that I'm going to be the peacemaker and offer everyone snacks. So there you go. But let's get on with the show, okay? Let's get on with this show. Let's start things off with the Red Show. Wow, look at this guy in the pink holding up the belt. How did that happen? Yeah. So, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, we go to the Red Show. Monday Night Raw. This is the aftermath of Money in the Bank. I've always been when it comes to wrestling shows like the Raw and the SmackDown, the shows that I really don't put a whole lot of stock in are not only the go home shows for pay per views, but also the aftermath shows, but not necessarily the WrestleMania show, the post WrestleMania or the post SummerSlam or the post Royal Rumble. It's just post B pay per view shows. I don't really put a lot of stock into them. I don't expect them to be, shocking at all. And what's weird is that I'm sure that this kind of image would be considered shocking that Dolph Ziggler is Intercontinental Champion now, but it really doesn't shock me at all. But let's get to the show. Alexa Bliss had a little championship coronation, and of course Kurt Angle was there to introduce her because, it's the beginning of the show and you got to have the authority figure being at the start of the show. So, yeah, Kurt Angle comes out. And he's got a nice little buffet table set up with the title, the women's title, and the Money in the Bank briefcase. And out comes Alexa, and she does her whole sentimental spiel flipped into I don't give a damn about anyone. Starts poking fun at Ronda Rousey. Then Ronda Rousey comes out, and she's being held back by Kurt Angle. She wants to go after Alexa. Alexa keeps poking at the lion, keeps poking at the bear, and then chaos ensues. And on top of all of this, she judo throws Kurt Angle. And she punches Alexa in the gut. She kind of goes a little bit bonkers. And then she power bombs Alexa through the table. And also she was hitting officials and punching officials and all of that stuff. So after all of this, Ronda Rousey has been suspended for 30 days. That's convenient to give her a reason not to be on television for a month. That's very convenient. And it was a very, very good segment. Don't get me wrong. It was a very, very good segment. Ronda Rousey's segment was straight fire. It helps her because it keeps her off TV all the time and helps build her aura. Also gives her time to work on the talking aspect and or return with a manager to talk for her. So, first off, yes, it's good to have her off TV, but also build an aura around her. But also, there's always something about having time off and then reappearing where you get that big of a pop. But it's all dependent on how often she is mentioned within the show. Okay. We're looking at a 4-week build to go into Extreme Rules. That is plenty of time. The problem is she will not appear at the Extreme Rules. She's suspended unless she does show up and does something bad and might get suspended for another 30 days. But yeah, nothing major here. She's not going to be appearing on Raw or Extreme Rules anytime soon. So there you go. But I want to also go over what is she trying to improve upon? Nothing. There's nothing to improve upon. And there's nothing to really think that she's going to have a mouthpiece. It's not like she's going to work on promo delivery or she's going to have a manager in tow after all of this. No, I don't see that happening at all. Not at all. And more, if there's anything that she needs to work on, it is her pacing during these promos and interviews and segments. She is incredibly fast. She's way too quick to jump the gun or walk away or anything like that. She's very, very fast. And so she needs to slow it down. And I'm not talking about not just talking, but walking away. Just her, her nonverbal cues, is what it is. Would it be good for Alexa to mention her in promos while she's off? Maybe. It would be better for Kurt Angle or the commentators to mention her, especially Kurt Angle. That or Nia Jax for that matter, because they're going to be having a match themselves over at Extreme Rules. But I don't see Alexa could, poke the bear some more and make fun of her. Sure, she can do that. But when I'm talking about reminding us of Ronda Rousey and reminding us of how good she is and building her up, no, that's something that commentary and Angle and others will need to do. Yeah, that's what I think. So that's for Ronda Rousey's sake. Well, replays are being shown, and then Seth Rollins' music hits. He comes out to the crowd and says that, hey, I'm ready for a fight, blah, blah, blah. I want to do an open challenge. And so Dolph Ziggler's record scratch hits, music hits, he walks out. Then Drew McIntyre's music hits, he walks out. Which one's it going to be? Well, it looks like Ziggler gets onto the apron and gets in the ring, so it's going to be Ziggler versus Rollins for the Intercontinental title. Pretty I'll tell you what, this was a paint-by-numbers Dolph Ziggler match. A paint-by-numbers Dolph Ziggler match. He did his usual ring post bump. That was the thing I mean by paint-by-numbers Dolph Ziggler match. At least he did that. Drew McIntyre did interfere just by, I guess, not really hitting Rollins. He never laid a finger on Rollins at all. He just got on the apron and distracted Rollins, and Ziggler won with a hand on the tights, holding the tights, and won the title just like how Rollins won the title. I mean, kept the title from Elias last Sunday. So, yeah, your new Intercontinental Champion is the Ziggler of Dolph, with a Drew McIntyre staring lovingly at his blonde locks. Yep, it looks like this is going to be a night of surprises. If you thought that Dolph Ziggler was wrestling Seth Rollins to do anything, damn it. Get away from that. It's going to do anything but kill time, you'd be lying. I did not see Ziggler winning the Intercontinental title, nor did I, Mr. Tedesco. It's been a while since we've seen Dolph in anything meaningful whatsoever. Just 2 weeks ago, he was losing to the bottom of the barrel tag teams in the Battle Royale. Exactly. Here we were thinking that McIntyre and Ziggler were buried. They were in the doghouse because they lost some kind of tag team battle royal. But now they're the focal point of a major storyline. Who'd have thunk it? So there they are. Yep. Later tonight, we're going to hear from Mr. Monster at the Bank, Braun Strowman. Renee Young is backstage with Dolph Ziggler. He says that Monday Night Rollins has been canceled. And Andrew, the commentary didn't mention Dolph holding the tights, but did mention Seth about it. Made the finish kind of weird. It did. I'm really surprised that commentary did not mention the holding of the tights, because that is the major focal point of this. Is that Rollins kept his title against Elias by holding the trunks, and now karma came back to him the following night. That was the story that should have been held there. Next match, Curt Hawkins versus Bobby Roode, where the story of this is Curt Hawkins can't win a damn match. Okay, this has nothing to do with Bobby Roode. The story of this was about Hawkins. When Curt Hawkins does finally get his one win, which I hope isn't for another few months, he could definitely have a mini Barry Horowitz type run. Who is going to be Skip? No one's going to be Skip. Nobody's going to be Skip Body Donna. Not at all. So this is an interesting kind of sideshow program going on. And I do want to kind of pontificate a little bit here. So here we have Curt Hawkins, who is supposedly 2-0-2-0-4, has yet to win a match. Loses to Bobby Roode, So how long do you carry this on? How long do you carry this losing streak? How long does it go? Well, for one, it's only going to be on TV. It's not going to culminate into a win on a pay-per-view. We know that for sure. So the bigger question is, who do you have him lose to? I can think of plenty of suggestions, and it's very simple. They're very, very simple. And they can all, turn into very positive things. You could have him beat Goldust. Could have him beat... No, I don't know about Mike Kanellis. No, I don't know about that. Slater or Rhino. Curtis Axel or Bo Dallas. You could just have him win out of the blue as essentially killing off his program to carry on another one. Say, for example, someone running in against a higher talent and it costing them the match. I.e. a Roman Reigns or a Bobby Lashley. Or a Ziggler and Rollins. Take your pick. You can find so many ways to end this program legitimately and possibly cross it over. Can you imagine Kurt Hawkins facing someone like Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns comes out, distracts Lashley, and Hawkins gets the quick flash pin? The next night, the same thing happens to Reigns against Hawkins. And Hawkins suddenly has a big chest, I love speculative booking like this, especially on such a sideshow program, because it's just so much fun. Who knows if it would actually happen? But it's fun to think about, fun to talk about, fun to speculate and armchair book. Braun Strowman comes out to talk about his Money in the Bank win. He does so. Out comes Kevin Owens to try to offer an olive branch to him to, say that, hey, friends need to look out for each other, and you don't have a lot of friends, and I don't have a lot of friends, and, I'm not interested in getting your hands. I just want to shake it. Not that doesn't happen. Nope, doesn't happen at all. Very dull segment with Strowman and Owens. Strowman didn't get the big reaction I thought he was going to get. Hopefully that's not a sign that they pulled the trigger a bit too late. Still excited to see what they do with him. Nah, it's not a... No. There's nothing really to take away from this segment. Yes, it was kind of... But it's not by the fault of anyone else. I think it was more about the placement of the segment, honestly. You're having to start up the second hour. I guess people were expecting a little more, maybe, but not a whole lot of action happening in that segment. We got Bayley in the locker room with Sasha Banks, and Sasha's sulking over her loss, and Bayley says that the only way to do this is by doing something about it, so that's why I'm teaming up with you to go against the Riot Squad tonight. Other than the Sami Zayn Bobby Lashley thing, is there a worse story in the WWE than the Banks Bayley thing? It's only bad because it's been going on for so long and we haven't gotten a payoff of any kind. That's what's keeping us with this. And it finally looks like we might be getting the payoff. Who knows? Who the hell knows? Let's see. We've got Wyatt and Hardy in the ring looking at Heath Slater and Rhino. They're about to go at it in a match when suddenly the B team, dressed up as Wyatt and Hardy, come on screen to make fun of them, to impersonate them, which was great. Okay, and it wasn't a very serious impersonation. It was very, very funny. And that's all we're really supposed to take away from this. This is really just supposed to be a funny program. Yes, the Deleters of Worlds beat, Heath Slater and Rhino. B-Team thing imitating Hardy and White was quite humorous. Bo Dallas sounded so much like Bray Wyatt, it was scary. The match was dull, but it is what it is. Time for the breaks to be pumped on this sort of a portion of the show. Yeah, pretty much. Bo Dallas imitating his brother, that was a no-brainer. And he did a very good job at it, too. Gee, I wonder how. We are looking back over what the hell happened at the Bliss segment. Then Kurt Angle is texting when Baron Corbin walks in, says Stephanie is proud of how he handled that. Angle says he didn't do it for her. Corbin has McMahon on the phone, so Angle has to talk to her. We come back from the commercial because apparently he's been on the phone with her during the entire break. We come back and Angle is still talking, and he says that what she told him was big news, and they'll make an announcement later tonight. Angle promises to run everything by Constable Corbin, who is laughing. Yeah, this Constable Corbin thing, I'm not so sure, but I do like some changes that they have made with him, and that'll be shown later on in the show. Chad Gable versus Jinder Mahal with Sunil Singh in tow. Before the match, Jinder says some things. He says some words. Although Roman may have won the match, he won the battle of self-improvement. Just like the crowd, Roman is bitter and angry. Mahal has found tranquility. As a spiritual being, he said he's committed to change, unlike Chad Gable. Gable is living in his former glory as an amateur wrestler. Mahal tells him to forget the past and the darkness. So the bell rings, and immediately match happens, and Jinder Mahal wins. Yeah. Oh, so what do we take away from this? Do we have a Mahal Gable program going on? I'm not sure, but I don't know what the hell's going on with Gable. I guess they're going back to Mahal's Namaste gimmick. And they're wasting Chad Gable. I don't know if it's necessarily wasting Gable because I don't necessarily understand what he brings to this show or what time he has been afforded to this show. The time he's been given, he put on decent matches, but the problem is it was robotic. He doesn't pander to the crowd. He doesn't acknowledge there's a camera somewhere. That's his problem. So that's why you may not be seeing him that much on TV doing a whole lot of stuff. I guess we're just waiting for Jason Jordan, and we're going to have American Alpha come back together, and that's fine. That's fine. There'd be something for the two of them. All right, Riot Squad's backstage, doing wacky punk rock girl stuff because out they come to face Banks and Bayley. A lot of shenanigans in this match involving Banks having her back hurt where she has tape on her back. Can I ask something? I need to ask something here, and I hope there's a picture of this somewhere. No, there isn't. Okay. So there's this kinetic tape, like Cesaro wears on his shoulder and stuff like that. I understand the purpose of it. Okay. I understand the purpose of it. But what purpose does it serve when it's on your lower back? Because I thought it was meant for tendons in joints, like, your elbow or your knee or your shoulder, But what kind of purpose does it serve when it's really in the small of your back? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Is this like the new wrapped tape that they do now? Instead of wrapping your midsection in tape, instead we're going to put some of that kinesis tape on it. It's kind of obnoxious. And I don't think it's made for the back. I don't believe so. If anything, if they didn't do that, they should have just put a big fat red bullseye for everyone to see, or an emoji of some kind, for everyone to see what the focus is on Banks and why she can't do anything and why every hit she takes is going to be hurting her. And that's kind of pretty bad, too, when she can't really sell it her own. A lot of forced tags between Bayley and Sasha. At one point, one of the members of the Riot Squad distracts Bayley, and they fight on the outside while Sasha was trying to get the tag. This leads to the loss. Bayley helping Sasha up. Banks shoves her away, then turns her around. Banks gets in her face, and they stare down, and Banks shoves her down. Yeah. Looks like they're trying it again with Bayley and Banks. If the crowd is any indication, this is too little too late. They've teased and started to stop this thing for way too much. Yeah. We got to end this at Extreme Rules, and that's it. No more. Just end it. Just end it now. And I really don't care how it ends. Just end it. Okay? Someone has to become a legitimate heel, and someone has to be a legitimate face. Somehow. Some way. Which one would be better? God, we'd love to have Banks as a heel. She's so much better as a heel. But the prospect of Bayley being a heel sounds intriguing. Bayley has been incredibly stale these past few months. So it would be a great, refresher for the two. Maybe the two of them just become the worst of the worst, So we get to Kurt Angle's big announcement. His big announcement is there's going to be, and I'm just going to say it right now, he announces there's going to be a multi-man clusterfuck at Extreme Rules to determine who's going to be the number one contender for Brock Lesnar's title at SummerSlam. Just like it was last year. Just like last year. Where Roman Reigns, what was it? Someone was hurt. Oh, gosh. This led to a multi-man clusterfuck. And it was determined it would be Samoa Joe going after him. Oh, shoot. It was before SummerSlam, too. I want to say it was Extreme Rules. But I'm trying to remember what started. Oh, it was Braun Strowman. Strowman's elbow was injured. And so they did a multi-man clusterfuck to determine the number one contender, just like they're doing right now. Lashley and Reigns are both going to be in it. There's going to be a gimmick attached to it. It's multi-man anyway. It's going to be, it's anything goes anyway. Doesn't matter. Revival comes out after Lashley and Reigns came to the ring and started jarring at each other. Revival comes out and says that they're challenging them to a tag team match. Okay, so they have a match. It's the Revival versus Lashley and Reigns. Pretty damn bad segment. Lashley has been a walking, talking disaster. Bad booking will do that, but he hasn't exactly risen to the occasion. Lashley had one job and botched his first line. That's curtains. Yep, sure is. The prospect of Reigns and Lashley having a feud hurts my mind. Lashley is another guy that needs a manager. Well, that's what we're going to be getting. We're going to be getting a Lashley-Reigns feud. Oh, boy. This one is really, really going to sting. Don't get me wrong. Reigns has been doing great with his promos now. People need to abolish that prospect from their mind. Oh, by the way, Lashley and Reigns defeat the Revival. Reigns has been getting better at his promos. Okay? The people who are complaining about it are the ones that just won't admit it. It is way better than what it was. We don't need to remember how bad it was, because that was roughly 3 years ago. Okay? If you're still living 2 or 3 years ago and you're still harboring that is bad, you haven't been paying attention to the show, you haven't been paying attention to the product, and you're totally biased. Okay? That's the one thing that Roman has been getting way better at it, are his promos and his segments. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on in the ring. His cardio is shit. So, right now, that's that. Bobby Lashley, everything. Everything is bad. And it's not just because he was in a program with Zayn and it had horrid writing alongside it. He's just bad. And he's showing the faults of why he didn't really succeed when he was in the WWE in the first place. He has a great look. Dear God, he's got all of the athletic ability. But again, Apollo Crews. That's all I'm going to say. Apollo Crews. They tried this thing with Apollo Crews, and look where he's gotten. Now they're trying the original again. I wonder what's going to happen. Okay? The only reason I really think that Lashley was brought back was on a bargain. Was on a bargain of a contract. Okay? I have got a feeling it's for a bargain. There's no way in hell that his contract that he's getting with the WWE is anywhere near the levels of what a main event contract is. There's no way. No way in hell. And I don't understand what the purpose is of him being there. What is he going to add? What is his character exactly? The only thing I know about his character is that his sisters beat the shit out of him and he's from the military. Okay? That's all I'm getting. I don't... Is he supposed to be like a mega babyface or something? What is his role supposed to be? How big is his role supposed to be? You know, there is no enforcer role to be had on this show because there's no major big bad guy faction to go against. They're just dudes everywhere right now. There is no reason for him. There isn't. That's why I was fearing his return in the first place. Until they had him teaming up with Strowman, and that was fun. Made for fun matches, but it made for nothing long term. Then they try something with him and Zayn, and oh God, that was just piss poor writing. But at the same time, let's take away the writing from that program between Lashley and Zayn. Just the look of it in general. And Zayn, scrawny chicken shit heel, going up against big powerhouse babyface like Lashley. It was supposed to be Zayn to try to carry to put him over. And it's Lashley to, at the same time, beat the crap out of Zayn. Did they succeed in it? Yeah. Yeah, yes and no. And Zayn himself was pretty bad in the promos too. That's right, Andrew. He was running on, and he just didn't know when to stop. He was just a Saturday Night Live sketch. He didn't know when to stop. Stop when you could. But that's what we got. So that's where we are with Lashley. We are going to have a Lashley Reigns program. It's going to run into SummerSlam. So immediately scratch off any thought you have of either of them going against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Just erase it from your mind. I've already painted what's going to happen at SummerSlam. I've already got it painted in my mind. Okay. Should I go over it? Well, I won't go over it just yet. Because Kurt Angle's walking backstage with Corbin. Finn Balor walks up to them, says he'll do whatever it takes to be in the match at Extreme Rules. Corbin asks why he thinks he deserves an opportunity. Wasn't Balor only champ for a day? Balor is lucky Corbin wasn't around then to take it from him. Owens comes up and says Balor doesn't deserve a shot. Strowman comes up, says he's here to protect his friend Balor. Strowman says if Corbin and Owens want to fight, they'll do it in the ring. Angle says, God, this is a runaway train. And he just walks away. So that's our main event, is going to be Strowman and Balor versus Corbin and Owens. First time we're seeing Corbin in the ring doing anything active probably in the past 3 or 4 weeks. It's like he's been nursing an injury of some kind, which I'm gathering that's what it was. It can't be to change a look. He shaved his head and gave him new attire. That's it. So, anyway. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor take on Corbin and Owens for the main event. Replays are shown of Rousey, blah, 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 blah. Mojo Rawley versus No Way Jose. Where did this come from? Just a random-ass match between Mojo and No Way. Mojo comes up with the win. He is interviewed by Charlie after the match. Rawley says the WWE is more competitive than it's ever been, and he needs to bring more to the table. He used to be about being hyped, but now he's about staying focused. I wonder if he's going to be joining a group of some kind. Another group that says that people are just lazy and don't work hard enough, that they aren't focused. I don't know. Just going to throw it out there. Sasha's walking around backstage and she's angers. Bayley approaches her, says she's not done with her. Banks says that she is. Banks gets in her car, drives off while Bayley still wants to talk. Oh, dear God, end this. Elias is in the ring, strumming his guitar, and he sings an entire song. An entire song. No interruption, no nothing. Elias had at least 15 to 20 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of camera time to himself. No one interrupting. It's odd to say, but if you can think about this, that it hasn't happened that often with him. This may be the first time that's happened, to where he is uninterrupted, conveying his character in the ring. And it was brilliant. It was just absolutely brilliant. Tedesco saying Elias is great, that is all. Yes. He is probably going to be in that multi-man clusterfuck at Extreme Rules, which is fine by me. Will he win it? Probably not. But right now, what Braun Strowman got a year and a half between 2 years ago and a year ago, this first year coming in and building his character and seeing it blossom last year, that's what we're getting with Elias right now. Elias's character is blossoming right now. It is getting there and getting there. Am I saying that he's going to be getting to the level that Strowman is? Absolutely not. Elias is not going to be getting a major title. You can absolutely see him as an Intercontinental Champion. That's no problem. The payoff is the thing. When do you do the payoff? Do you do it against a heel or against a face? What is Elias right now? Is he a heel or is he a face? We don't know. All we know is that he is a great performer, both on character acting and in the ring. Just simple stuff. What do I think is going to be happening with him? He's not going to be becoming a pure babyface. He won't be a pure babyface. He's going to be a tweener. He's going to keep on doing what he does, where he makes fun of the city that he's in, but he says the taglines, and so everyone will still chant for him. He's probably going to win his first title in a multi-man cluster of a match. It's not going to be singles. It won't be singles because there's too many people to protect right now. But that's what I see. And then when he has that title, you're going to see a pretty decent reign with him as champion, going up against, you name it. You name it, that's who he's going to go against. Is it going to happen this year? Probably not. Probably not. But right now, you're seeing Elias in full bloom right now, and it's really great to watch. Renee's backstage with Seth, and Seth gives no excuses. Doesn't make excuses. He lost. He was asked about Drew McIntyre being in Ziggler's corner. He says McIntyre's a problem, but it's a problem he'll solve. Rollins invoked his rematch clause, and so we have a rematch for Ziggler and Rollins next week. Yay. Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens and Constable Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is out there in a vest and Oxford shirt, looking very dapper, I must say. The shaved head and everything, I really approve of this new look of him. It's so much better. So much better. And to give him an authority role makes it even better. By the way, watch out. Choo choo. I just choo choo. I love that stuff. Corbin and Owens win. Corbin getting the pin on Balor with the end of days. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening here with this show. That wasn't a terrible main event by any stretch. Kevin Owens was meant to be on the sidelines to be a bumping machine because he was hurt from falling off of a ladder. Great move. Great move to get Corbin over. Yeah. Show started off red hot, then came to a screeching halt, and then kind of built back up, but it wasn't as molten hot as it started at the beginning. 64% thumbs up, 36% thumbs down. No more of this thumbs in the middle bullshit. Take a stand. Yes or no? As always, I am right when it comes to that kind of stuff. On to the Blue Show. Try not to last too long on this. Oh, hey, look at him. Rusev is a happy person. I like it when Rusev's a happy person because I'm always a happy person when Rusev is a happy person. Why is Rusev a happy person? All right, we're going to skim through this very, 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 very quickly. Carmella, James Ellsworth, and Asuka have a little segment going on where Carmella gloats about herself winning the title. Out comes James Ellsworth dressed up as Asuka. Nobody expects Ellsworth. Then Asuka comes out. Ellsworth gets in her face. Asuka kicks him in the gut. Carmella super kicks her in the face. And there you go. That ends that segment. While Carmella is being able to hold her own, Ellsworth just adds something there that's great. Love the setup from Sunday and happy to see them back together. Not just a Money in the Bank thing. This feud between Carmella and Asuka isn't over, and that's not a bad thing. Not at all. Carry this on. Do something at Extreme Rules. You might have a payoff at SummerSlam, or you might have a multi-woman clusterfuck at SummerSlam. But carry this on until August. This is going to be fun. Billie Kay versus Becky Lynch. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce make fun of the name Toledo. There's nothing to do in Toledo, Ohio. I know there is nothing to do in Toledo, Ohio. Out comes Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch and Billie Kay have a match, and Becky Lynch wins. Not a terrible opening match. And yeah, Peyton on the outside. I love it. I love it. These two, the Iconics, are hilarious during the match. Their segments leading up to it can be sometimes cringeworthy, but no, they're fun. They're so much fun to watch. Let's see. We got highlights of Jeff Hardy and Nakamura from last week. Yeah. But also the big thing is with Jeff Hardy is that now we've got face paint Hardy. Face painted Hardy is all painted up, looking very weird. Apparently the knee to the head did something to him. I don't know. Good thing we don't have a face of him, a picture of him, because it's kind of weird. Kind of reminds me of the dope that he did. Can't help that. Okay. Promo of Sanity aired next because they are debuting against Usos tonight. It's about damn time. That's why they haven't been on the milk carton, because they haven't appeared on TV. Now they're appearing on TV. Now, here we go. Renee Young's with Daniel Bryan talking backstage, talking about his match. And yes. There you go. Usos versus Insanity. Versus the Sanity. This is what I want to talk about. So Uso gets in, they get on the mics, and they talk about how when they started, they had to do everything they can to get noticed. They've trained it up, got up in face paint. They looked like the Ultimate Warrior coming out of Sesame Street. Then they said they had to show heart, and they gave 100%, and they did that. They come to the ring. They say all of that and say, so now they got a match with Sanity that's going to do the same thing. So let's do it. Let's go right now. Sanity comes to the ring. Usos tried to jump him. Sanity beats the crap out of him. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun stuff. Sanity doing 6-man tags to maybe go against the New Day. 6-man tags to go against the Usos and random person to throw in the mix. Sure. Do it with Shelton Benjamin. You could do it with Ty Dillinger. You could pick whoever you want to build Sanity up. Yes. So, no, it was a great beatdown. Great to watch. Gallows and Anderson are backstage saying they're in the best shape of their career, even though they lost last Sunday to the Hammer Brothers, who they're going against again today. The fans are still very much behind the Usos, but not sure if they were into Sanity. Well, it's Toledo. It's not exactly a big crowd, okay? Owen forgot Daniel Bryan's promo. Love the comment he made about The Miz. Not sure who gets the win tonight. We'll tell you who gets the win tonight. Nakamura does an interview backstage with Renee Young. Talks about Jeff Hardy, blah, 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 blah. Hammer Brothers versus the Good Brothers. Cheese Brothers versus the Good Brothers. Nice little decent tag match here. Really good fun tag match here. The Cheese Brothers come out on top, though, clean. This was a very fun match. And it really shows off how these two teams work extremely well with each other. With the stuff in the ring. You're reminded of how great Anderson and Gallows are. With their matches that they had against the Usos and New Day. Same thing with Rowan and Harper. God, look up Rowan and Harper's matches with the Usos. They are fantastic. Okay? But again, a very good tag match. Very fun stuff. Let's see. Daniel Bryan's music. Now, the big thing here. Daniel Bryan's music hits immediately after the Hammer Brothers are walking up the ramp. Daniel Bryan doing his yes thing, galloping down the ramp, and goes right in between the Hammer Brothers. They stare. Music's turned off. Nothing happens. Music kicks back on, and Daniel Bryan continues on down his merry way. I don't know. Don't know if that's something you wanted to do, Daniel Bryan. Here we go with the gauntlet match. One of the stupidest stipulations for a wrestling show I have ever heard. I can't stand gauntlet matches. They are stupid. They are very, 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 very stupid. Daniel Bryan and Big E start off the match. Daniel Bryan wins. Very long match. Big E is eliminated. Out comes Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan put on a very good match in their portion of this match. Yep, me watching Daniel Bryan land on his head after a power slam. Yeah, not good. Yeah. Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan go at it. Samoa Joe, they do some submission stuff on the outside of the ring. Ref starts counting. Daniel Bryan gets in the ring before Samoa Joe. That's how Samoa Joe got eliminated. Then out come Harper and Rowan. They beat the shit out of Bryan. Out comes The Miz. Skull crushing finale. Pins Daniel Bryan. There you go. So now we're left with The Miz and Rusev. Oh, this is a tough one. The Miz versus Rusev. And who do you have going against AJ Styles? If you had The Miz, that's just fine. You could not go wrong with either one of these choices between Miz and Rusev. Plenty of stuff to go off with The Miz going against AJ Styles. Plenty of happy stuff to do with Rusev against AJ Styles. But they pick Rusev. Rusev goes over clean over Miz. Gets him to tap to the accolade. It was a very fun match between those two. I'd love to see it again without the stipulation of a fucking gauntlet match. But you're a winner. Yes, Rusev number 1. Absolutely. Big props to everyone involved in the gauntlet match. Great main event, and Rusev deserved the win. Surprised they went with him, but he's over with the fans, and him winning the title would not be the worst thing either. I don't know about that. As much of a fan of Rusev's that I am, I just can't see it. I just can't see it. Something else is going to be happening here with regards to Rusev going against AJ Styles. Okay. First off, after the match, AJ Styles came out and shook Rusev's hand. Aiden English extended his hand to shake to AJ Styles. What? AJ's like, what the fuck? Why am I shaking your hand? He goes to shake it. Aiden pulls it back like, oh, slick guy. AJ slaps him in the face. Rusev giving a reaction to Aiden like, dude, what are you doing? This, come on, man. What's your problem? What are you doing? So much speculation that I can take from SmackDown's show right now. First off, Andrew asking the great point, who do you partner with Daniel Bryan to go against the Hammer Brothers? Who do you pick? Two people come to mind right now, and I think the first one that comes to my mind, I can't believe I'm saying it, is Samoa Joe. Just going to say it. And the reason I say Samoa Joe is because you're not going to pull the trigger on the Samoa Joe AJ Styles thing right now. Not right now. You're holding that is in your back pocket. Okay, that's not to be used very soon. You hold on to that. You've got all year to use that card. Okay, you could even use it for WrestleMania if you want to. The Miz, you could force them to tag together and they actually win it. That I can see. I can see them being a forced tag team and they win the titles. That can absolutely happen. I'll buy that one. But I'm also paying attention to this Rusev AJ Styles thing. There's going to be a regular match at Extreme Rules. There's not going to be a stipulation behind it. If there is anything, it could be a submissions match. But the big thing right now is this Rusev AJ Styles thing is already being painted as a I respect you match. All the honor, the respects that I have for you. Oh, God. But you got Aiden English in the background who's kind of being a joker, being kind of a smartass. So what do? Do you have Rusev slap the taste out of Aiden English, part ways with him to become pure babyface, and have this respect match? Or do you have Rusev double down on heel antics, butt heads with AJ Styles, and completely destroy everything that you had been doing with Rusev Day? This is a very, very tough decision. I really don't know what they do. It's really, really tough. But they got another 3-4 weeks to figure it out. Knowing WWE writing, they might fail. But they have made some great nuggets of gold. Not all nuggets of poo. So I've got some faith in them. Who knows? We might get something good out of this. You know? So that was the Blue Show. What did you think of Toledo? Well, you know, look at this. Thumbs in the middle. Lana planted on seeds. Well, yeah, she did plant seeds about getting rid of Aiden. That's right. Yeah. So what did we think of Toledo? You know what? I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to say thumbs up. 84% of people said thumbs up, 3% thumbs down, 13% those of thumb in the middle. You're either on top or you're on the bottom. It's either creamy or crunchy peanut butter. What the hell? Come on. Thumb in the middle for the love of fuck. Okay. But that's enough of that. That is your Red and Blue Show. Red and Blue Shows, by the way. All right. Now on to the news. God, so much news. So much news. But I want to start with, no, he didn't get no memo was ever sent regarding that stuff. So I want to start with some big stories first, okay, that have been kind of evolving. So I didn't mention it for the past 2 weeks, but there was a lawsuit between CM Punk and CM Punk and Colt Cabana versus Dr. Chris Ammon. This is basically a libel lawsuit, is what this was, of Ammon against Punk and Cabana, because on Punk and Cabana's website they accused Ammon of neglect, of of poor diagnoses, of basically jeopardizing Punk's career. And Ammon brought up a defamation lawsuit against them. He failed. Punk and Cabana walked away scot-free. So much conspiracy going on in that WWE brought up this lawsuit alongside with Ammon to coincide with CM Punk's fight at UFC. Stop it. Stop it. Continuances could have been made. Okay. This did not need to go through. Punk's legal team could have easily gotten continuances for it. Stop it. Okay? So, however, what's going on right now is there's talk that Dr. Chris Ammon with the WWE was in a relationship with a former WWE star, and that being Jillian Hall. Deadspin.com featured an article revealing that a number of motions were filed by WWE physician Dr. Chris Ammon in his lawsuit against CM Punk and Colt Cabana, with the intent of being Ammon didn't want specific things brought up. One motion was that not specifically sealed, according to the article, was Ammon's third motion that argued the defense could not reference his romantic and sexual relationship with former WWE performer Jillian Hall. The relationship was never brought up during the trial. Hall confirmed the relationship with Deadspin before the article went public, noting it took place while he was traveling physician as part of the Monday Night Raw crew. The article further references why this is considered a violation of the code of ethics involving physicians and patients. NYU medical ethics professor Arthur Kaplan told Deadspin that such a relationship would be obviously out of line for a physician. Quote, "It's a huge ethics no-no," he said. "You cannot have romantic relationships with your patients. There are a number of reasons why. First, it distorts your objectivity in terms of treating them. They can bamboozle you, or you can feel like, I want to please them, so I'll give them more pain meds, or whatever they're asking for. Second, they have enough problems working with wrestlers because they have what we call dual loyalties." This is a big deal right here. I think this is bigger than the lawsuit that was brought up. Okay? So there is right now a physician working under the care of the WWE who had a romantic relationship with one of its performers. That is an incredible ethics violation. Regardless of the profession you're in, if you had your own private practice, you do not have a sexual relationship with one of your patients. It's just as much if you're a teacher and you haven't one of your students. That's even worse. Okay? But doctor to patient, that's bad. Earlier this week, an article by Deadspin revealed such a relationship. The WWE apparently was not aware of the relationship between Ammon and Hall and issued the following statement to the Wrestling Observer saying, "We were not aware of this. We are investigating the matter and will determine if any action is warranted." Now they know. They know what's happening. That was a long time ago. That's a very, very long time ago. In retrospect, they know. They darn well know. Something's going to go down regarding this. Okay? Something is going to go down. It ain't going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty at all. Does he get fired? Well, that's the very first thing they should do. That's the number one thing you do. The last thing you want to have is someone who's potentially under ethics violations and may lose their license. You don't want them part of your company. You axe them. You axe them. Besides, news of this came up also on the 17th. Statements of this were made on Sunday. Okay, it's now been 3 days. No action has been taken. Frankly, he should have been fired while the lawsuit was happening. But the WWE backed him up. They still valued him as an employee of some kind. But right now, it's time to toss him. This is bad. This is not good at all. So that's that. Other big news, there was other stuff that happened involving another performer. I'm sure you heard of it. So, this was going to be the news of the day until, unfortunately, the passing of Big Van Vader. This news of the Big Van Vader passing that came up this morning. So, Big Cass, Tuesday morning, news was released Tuesday morning. He was given the can. Just a statement on WWE's website saying that WWE has come to terms on the release of William Morrissey, in parentheses, Big Cass. Interesting to note that WWE opted to leave out wishing him the best in his future endeavors. So much speculation is going around right now about why now, how, what happened, okay? And to throw it on top of there, you've got your damn tag team partner doing a hashtag how you doing right there later in the afternoon after you got canned. So I've been reading a lot of rumor mongering and gossipy stuff that's been going on about how this went down, why this went down. I don't want to really bring up anything unless we have reported it on Wrestleview itself, and I don't see it on there. So I am not going to give it the time of day just because that's how I am, okay? And I think that's how everyone should be when it comes to getting their news about professional wrestling, period, is that when it comes to stories like this, you need to know when to discern yourself between news and speculation, okay? With my journalism degree, you're taught that you cannot print anything unless you have 3 sources, 3 confirmed, viable sources, okay? When it comes to professional wrestling media and reporting, they will throw anything up there to try to get your eyeballs, okay? With us at Wrestleview.com, we try to look at every single story that passes through our inboxes, and we have our own sources that we call to verify, to confirm, or deny. That's why sometimes I know it takes a little longer for you to see our stories appear on our site before anyone else's, but the reason for that is because we want to verify and make sure that what we're saying is correct. Because we owe that to the people that this concerns. We owe that to people like Morrissey here. Sure, you can go ahead and speculate and point fingers of blame and say what was bad happened to him and everything and play your own game of professional Jeopardy. But first things first, he's a human being. And whatever you say on the internet, it can stick. It can spread like a virus, and it can ruin someone professionally. Ruin them personally also. You have to choose your words wisely. And choose your reports wisely. I don't like saying this because it makes me sound incredibly biased because I write for Wrestleview, I record for Wrestleview, I'm a part of Wrestleview. But the reason I am part of it is because I have a lot of faith in us as reporters and as journalists also to know that we will do the right thing when it comes to reporting news like this. Okay? To know that we are reporting factual, correct information. Believe me, I've read so much gossip this morning, actually the past 36 hours, about how this went down, why this went down, involving, everyone from Vince McMahon all the way down to bottom of the rung performers, and involving incidents here and abroad. But if there's no confirmation on any of it, we're not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to jeopardize this young man's professional career. Okay? He can come back. He can come back. Okay? But it's not for us to determine if he will ever come back. It's not for us to determine how bad it was. We can't do that. That's not for us to do. That's not our job. And our job's not to entertain, it's to inform. And this is one of those stories also where you may remember during the days of Wrestleview Live where I would be on, and I was incredibly and still am critical of what a professional wrestling media is. There is no such thing. They'll just print whatever they want, hope that it sticks, hope that you check it out. You give them your eyeballs, they get the advertising dollar. And that's actually what the internet and journalism has become anyway. What kind of eye-grabbing headline can we put up there? What kind of BS can I type out with my little fingers to bring me money? It doesn't matter if it's real or not. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. I just need to make money. Tappity tap, tap, tap. And that kind of taking advantage of the medium and how broad it reaches, that is what has led to the downfall of journalism in general, but more specifically, why there is no such thing as a professional wrestling media. Anyone can write anything and tack up anything. Give you a great example. Many of you know I'm a fan of the Cleveland Indians, baseball team from my hometown. There was a report a month ago that was written by some blogger, just random blogger out of Puerto Rico, that said that second baseman Jose Ramirez failed drug test, and he was going to be suspended for 60 days. He just wrote it out of nowhere. No nothing. No sources, no nothing, no quotes, no nothing. It spread like wildfire through the sports media. Major League Baseball had to call the Cleveland Indians organization itself and say, no, he's been clean on every test. In fact, if any of this happened, there would be an appeal process, and it would never be released into the media until well after the fact that it's been done. People can write anything on the internet, and it turn into just bile. Professional bile is what it can turn into. That you have to wade through and try to deny. I don't know how we got to this point. I think it's laziness that got us to this point. But with regards to Big Cass, William Morrissey, and his release, right now, I'm just going to say he's been released. We don't know how. It was incredibly abrupt. Why? We don't know. We'll just have to wait for the right people to say the right things, whether it be from Morrissey, whether it be from the WWE, whether it be from other sources. But for now, you just have to leave it at that. He's been released. News. Don't turn it into drama. News. How's that for a sound clip? Tequila got me going. Sorry to get all kind of serious on you there. All right, let's go to other news items. Lots of it. See all those tabs up there? That's a lot of news, so I'm going to try to fly through it as quick as I can here. The New Day was over at the E3, the Electronics and Entertainment Expo thingy that happens every year over in the Californias. New Day had a video game battle against Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks involving Street Fighter V. This is a fun little thing to watch. It's really fun. I got Street Fighter V. I played it on occasion. I suck at it, but I've always played Street Fighter ever since I was in middle school and high school. So yeah, I kind of liked this. This was kind of fun. Just a fun little thing. Nothing to take serious about it. No one's jumping ship. No one's coming over anywhere. This was just a fun little thing. Let's just go to the next thing. WWE introduced Johnny Saint as the new UK general manager for the WWE's NXT brand that's going to be in the UK. Initially tonight, our match of the night was going to be this Mr. Johnny Saint against Fit Finlay from All Star Wrestling in 1988. But unfortunately, with the passing of Vader, had to make a slight change for our match of the night. I thought it was apropos. We may check out that match. I really hope to. I really want to learn more about this guy. I'm really intrigued. But there are also other people that I'm kind of interested in the news that I'd like to learn more about, and hopefully you'd like to learn more about them with me. For example, from our own Jason Namako, Joshi legend likely to take part in the second Mae Young Classic tournament. So a report by Tokyo Sports by our own Jason Namako said that Japanese female wrestling legend Meiko Satomura will be taking part in the second Mae Young Classic tournament that will be taping in August. When asked for a comment by Tokyo Sports, Satomura said nothing is official yet if she will be taking part in it or not. She's been wrestling for over 2 decades, debuting in 95. She's wrestled for WCW in the late 90s as part of the tournament to crown the first ever women's champion. Recently, she took part in the Chikara King of Trios tournament in 2012 as part of the Team Sendai Girls, losing to the Young Bucks and WWE star Mike Kanellis in the semis. Satomura has also wrestled for Fight Club Pro in the UK recently, becoming their champion and having matches with WWE UK champ Pete Dunne. So essentially, she's done a lot of intergender matches, is what I'm getting from this. I don't remember that tournament either, Andrew, but so I was curious about her, and I looked up some stuff. Never heard of her. So I found 2 matches involving her that I think we're going to queue up for next week or weeks later, once it's officially announced that she's part of this tournament. Number 1 is a match between her and Asuka, also known as Kana. But what's interesting about this match is this match was at an event called Kana Pro Mania. Apparently, this was a tribute show to Asuka before she left for the States, I believe is what it is. I'd have to do some more investigating on it. But it's a match between Asuka and this Meiko Satomura, where the entire match is done under different lighting. And there's a gentleman playing one of those Japanese guitars in the background. I'm trying to remember what the name of that instrument is called. Yamamoto or something? I can't remember what it's called. But, yeah, it could be when it was a retirement. It was a retirement show, was what it was. But this match looked incredibly interesting with the lighting and the person playing the music in the background. It reminded me of sometimes on ESPN2 in the mid-90s, you would stumble across Muay Thai kickboxing from Thailand. And in Muay Thai kickboxing matches out of Thailand, there would be a band playing in the background while the match is going on. And it's used to establish a rhythm for the fighters as they're stancing and fighting. And that's what I was immediately reminded of. And that sounded like a really cool match to check out. The second match I saw was an intergender mixed tag match. It was a mixed tag match between Asuka and I can't remember who her tag partner was, going up against Meiko Satomura and some guy named Minoru Suzuki. If you just type in Asuka Minoru Suzuki on YouTube, you will get some very disturbing videos of a guy beating the shit out of Asuka. those videos or those highlights of that stuff, or maybe the GIFs that you've seen of it, came from that match that I've never seen in its entirety. I've seen the highlights and I've seen some ugly stuff. But I've never seen the match in its entirety. And so there's that match. I think I'm more interested in the mood lighting music match, Because, again, I want to learn more about these people. Okay, if they're going to be moving up in the ranks, and if I'm going to be seeing them on my TV, then I really don't want to be sitting in ignorance. But at the same time, I want to be open enough to know that they're going to be a different character on a different show and not what they are right now. Andrew says you want to see Minoru Suzuki beat the shit out of Asuka. Well, okay. You can do that too. I'll set up a poll for it for next week. How about that? We'll do that. And it'll be the first ever match, a women's match that I've seen on my show. I'm open-minded here. I'm a very progressive person. Okay? Very, very progressive. WWE announced their Super Showdown. Oh, the mood one. Oh, okay. Super Show in Melbourne, the Super Showdown, happening in Australia. This is the big show that was really being rumored about well before the Greatest Royal Rumble was announced. It was rumored this show was going to be happening way, way ago. But now it is now for October the 6th. Everyone's going to be involved in this show, especially Triple H facing off against The Undertaker in what they say will be the final match of the times, of all the times. From what I understand, this show, I don't know what time this show is going to be happening. All I know is I'm probably just going to watch it on demand. It's not worth staying up for. I have yet to watch any of the UK tournament stuff that's been going on right now. So I think I want to see some of it, but I don't know. But this is a massive stadium. This is a stadium along the lines of, I think it's higher than it's close to the Rose Bowl. I think it's bigger than the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It's close to college football stadiums, okay? Not as big, almost as big as the Horseshoe in Columbus, Ohio with Ohio State. Not as big as the Big House in Michigan, because that is the largest stadium. I think it holds close to 130, 140,000. But it's going to be well over 100,000 that it'll seat. Can they fill it? I don't know. Depends on how big they make this show. If they actually make this a pay-per-view type show. We'll see. We'll see. It's as big as Neyland Stadium, you say. How big is Neyland Stadium? Is that about a 90,000, 95,000 probably? That's what it could be. Dean Ambrose has been seen at the Performance Center. Breaking news. He's feeling better. 100,000 at seats? Okay. Breaking news. Dean Ambrose is feeling better. There you go. Pat Patterson is going to be making his first public UK appearance. This during, looks like a little media con that he's doing. They're going to a convention. He was will be making his first public appearance in the UK on September 8th and 9th. First ever IC champion, has been working for the WWE for decades. First full-time partner, now is backstage individual. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. I found that news kind of weird. Because I never knew that. I didn't know that he had never appeared in the UK. Huh. It's mighty progressive of them. Here's an interesting story that came out Monday following Money in the Bank. Apparently, there was an incident involving a fan and Paige following Money in the Bank. Okay, I'll just kind of read this off to you. WWE Smackdown Live GM Paige was reportedly involved in an incident with a fan following last night's Money in the Bank pay-per-view in Chicago, according to a report by Mike Johnson at PW Insider. According to the report, Paige was leaving the Allstate Arena in Chicago in the passenger seat of her car and saying goodbye to fans outside the arena with the car window down when a male fan came up and threw a pie and pie-faced Paige through the car window. The fan reportedly then yelled an insult at her as the car left the arena. The male fan was then confronted by others following the incident. Paige took to Instagram and made the following comments on her Instagram story about the incident, saying, quote, "To the fan that decided to pie face me through my car window and tell me to lose some weight, Paige, you inspired me to keep being myself and eat whatever the F I want. Good luck with your karma." So you see right there, that's journalism. Okay, that's effective journalism. That's an actual story. All I really got to say to that is stay classy, Chicago. Stay classy. Good luck with your future endeavors. We'll see what happens with you. Not just this, but the antics during Monday Night Raw and on the pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. It's going to be a while until we see a pay-per-view in Chicago. At that arena, at least. It's going to be a while. I can say that with some confidence. And when I say a while, it's going to be well over a year and a half. It's going to be a while. They'll, of course, have Monday Night Raw there. They'll have SmackDown there. That's no problem. But it's going to be a while until a big-name pay-per-view show comes over to your town. Yeah. I mean, that's true wrestling fandom right there. True wrestling fandom. Access TV has announced the Women of Wrestling series to begin airing in early 2019. This is interesting to me because for many different reasons. Access TV announced on Monday the network will begin airing the WOW Women of Wrestling series beginning in early 2019 in partnership with Original Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling founder David McLean, LA Lakers owner Jeannie Buss, and MGM TV president Mark Burnett. The promotion was relaunched by David McLean in 2012 after being dormant from 01 to 12. Following the relaunch, WOW began airing locally on CW affiliate KVCW on Saturday nights at 11 a.m. local time. So, and I could go over the official announcement with Access TV, but I'm not going to do that. So essentially, David McLean, the original founder of Glow, he wants to cash in on this immediate popularity of Glow itself from the Netflix series that's going on, but it doesn't exactly paint Glow in a positive light. But he's also trying to take advantage of this whole women's revolution that's going on within the WWE and professional wrestling in general. Going on Access TV, it's the same outlet that is showing New Japan. Also shows other programs like concerts, is what they'll show on there sometimes. Really bad reality TV, you know. But it's not along the lines of pop TV, you know. It has some reach, but I'm not going to put this out there as like another major organization to pay attention to. It is something to pay attention to, though. It's going to be interesting. I see this as another Lucha Underground. You've got Lucha Underground that caters to Spanish-speaking audience. I know that sounds incredibly stereographic and racist, but it's true. So now we're going to have the Women of Wrestling to cater to that crowd. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. Just don't take it too seriously. Don't see it as going to be turning into some multi-billion-dollar entity. Okay, let's pump some brakes while we can. WWE German announcer suffered a heart attack earlier this week. That's why he could not make the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. This was German commentator Carsten Schaefer revealed on his Facebook page that this week he had suffered a heart attack, forcing him to miss Money in the Bank. PW Insider translated his post on Facebook where he noted he felt strong back pain, went to the hospital, and it was revealed that he suffered a slight heart attack. So, as far as we know, he was staying hospitalized until yesterday or today. But as far as we know, he's in good spirits. So great. Good for him. Even having WoW shows on the internet and weekly segments. Yeah, I've seen that, Andrew. I've seen that. So, why did Sami Zayn lose so quickly to Bobby Lashley on Sunday? Was it because it was just a horrible segment? No, it can't be that. It's got to be something else. Well, for those wondering, there was a very good reason, according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider. It's because Zayn has been battling an undisclosed injury and has been working through it in recent weeks. Zayn was not at Monday Night Raw taping last Monday in Grand Rapids, and it would appear his quick loss to Lashley at Money in the Bank was a way to write him off of television for the time being. He's scheduled to travel to Birmingham, Alabama to further examine this injury. There are no other details. So yeah, he's been working hurt. What has he been working hurt with? We don't know. We really don't know right now. No need for speculation. No need for speculation right now. We will only know when the facts come out, and they will probably come out tomorrow. Tomorrow or Friday. Do you like work? Do you like people who try working but are normally not workers on the stage that you are being worked? Do you like being worked outside of the working stage? Well, Joe Koff is your man if you love being worked. He confirms that Ring of Honor is likely to lose the bid to book MSG thanks to the WWE. Mike Johnson of PW Insider, who seems to be getting all the fucking scoops, spoke with Ring of Honor COO Joe Koff on Tuesday morning about news that Ring of Honor had plans to book Madison Square Garden next year. Sinclair Broadcast Group CEO Chris Ripley confirmed these plans in an interview with the Baltimore Business Journal last week, but not long later, Dave Meltzer reported that the WWE was working to get those plans blocked. It would appear the WWE's actions to do so have succeeded for now, according to Koff, the COO of Ring of Honor. He says, I'm going to tell you, Mike, because you are asking. I'm not going to discuss beyond this statement because I am not going to litigate this in the press. We had a deal with MSG, and then they told us they were backing out after communications from the WWE. We are not able to get any other dates and any other kind of discussion. I'm expecting that our lawyers will be contacting all the parties involved, and the best we can hope is that we can find a resolution so we can bring the kind of energy and excitement that Ring of Honor and our partner New Japan to a bigger audience and to bigger arenas and to the fans of New York City. When pressed about trying to seek a date with MSG, Koff shut down the plan, saying there is no date, and the discussion is going to end here on that. But you just said you were going to be talking to your lawyers to try to build up to get to that arena to bring up your... Workity work. Work. Work the people to a frenzy. Work your fans into a frenzy to know that the man is holding them down again. Just admit that you couldn't afford it. Just say that. There's nothing wrong with that. You guys had a big mouth, you had a big head, and you let it loose, and you can't, and now you're just digging deeper and deeper and deeper. Just face facts. There's nothing wrong with saying you couldn't afford Madison Square Garden. There's nothing wrong with that. You've got 3 guys out of their own pocket affording an arena outside of Chicago. Why can't you do something like that? Start small. Why does it have to be big? No, it has to be big because you're trying to prove a point that the man is trying to hold you down. It's really stupid. It's really grasping at straws. Trying really, really hard here. Yeah. It's all just a work. They never even tried. Just a story that they could get out there. We have new NXT Tag Team Champions off of yesterday. Would you like to know who they are? It's the Mustache Mountain People is who it is. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Don't think I can play this right now. I can't play this on here, but they are the new NXT Tag Team Champs, and that will translate into a bigger show with the UK tournament, so that I am very sure that Undisputed Era will win the titles back, and that was really fun to do over there overseas. That's all I got to say about that. Rey Mysterio and the WWE are reportedly in discussions for a 3-year deal, according to LuchaCentral.com, reporting yesterday afternoon. The city of San Diego announced June 19th that they would be officially Rey Mysterio Day. That's number one. But then during Tuesday's press conference, it was also reported that Mysterio revealed he and the WWE are currently in discussions for a new 3-year deal. In addition, the report also stated no deal as of yet has been reached, and that is presumed any deal being completed at this point hangs on Mysterio being allowed to work a part-time schedule. You just destroyed whatever you would have had in getting a 3-year deal because you said something. That's all I got to say. Whatever 3-year deal Mysterio thought that he was going to be getting and what it was going to be working on ain't being worked on now. Doesn't matter what kind of work you thought you were going to be doing. It ain't happening now. Sorry. Need to learn to shut your face. Especially when it comes to your money and your work. It ain't happening now. You may get 1 year, but it ain't 3 now if that's what you were thinking. Or, of course, workity work. But this is the bigger news that's happened in the week. That's happier news. That's more speculative news. I'm really interested in this. So the WWE has been put on the preliminary ballots for nominations for the Primetime Emmy Awards. When I showed this to my girlfriend Deanna, who during her college years went to University of Southern Cal, lived in West Hollywood, and was around this stuff 24/7. She knows a lot more about this Hollywood awards biz and entertainment stuff than I do. When I told her this, she couldn't stop laughing because she couldn't believe that they were actually prelim balloted. And at the same time, she's like, they are not going to get on. They're not going to get on at all. But I was like, well, I'm not rooting for them, but it's news anyway. So they're on the WWE programming is on the preliminary ballot for Primetime Emmys. This is the first time ever that this has happened to them. Okay, they've never been given this. And it's only because they put up the money and everything to do that for your consideration thing they did a couple weeks ago. So kind of look at what they're on here with this prelim balloting. Best documentary and non-fiction special. We're looking at WWE 24 Empowered and the Andre the Giant WWE and HBO documentary. The Empowered one, no, not so much. No. Andre the Giant WWE HBO documentary, that one could. It could get on there. But the problem is, best documentary or nonfiction special is a very broad category. Very, 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 very difficult to get on. But right now, I just see the Andre the Giant. That one might make it, but certainly not the WWE 24. Outstanding Structured Reality Program. While I do this, I'm going to look this up right now. Outstanding Structured Reality Program 2017. We need to know who they're going up against here. Okay? This we need to know. Because it's very easy for us to just say Outstanding Structured Reality Program, and it's showing the Mixed Match Challenge and Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. Not a specific show, not a 25th anniversary show, but Monday Night Raw. So what is a structured reality program? Okay, and I just typed it up. We're learning this right now. Last year's winner for the balloting, we have Shark Tank, Antiques Roadshow, Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives, Fixer Upper, Lip Sync Battle, and Who Do You Think You Are? That's who they're going against. Even look last year, Shark Tank, Antiques Roadshow, Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives, Lip Sync Battle. Same 4 nominees. There they are again. Same ones. Looking at that, they could absolutely get on the ballot for that. Absolutely. Yeah. The production quality is so much better. I'm not saying the acting is so much better, but the production can be better. Editing, there's no such thing as editing because it's live. Outstanding unstructured reality program. Total Bellas and Total Divas, no way in hell. They don't stand a chance. No. No way. Let's look at what that is real quick. Outstanding unstructured. Let's see what this is going to be. This is going to be really interesting. I've got a feeling I know who's going to be in this one. Last year's nominees in this category: United Shades of America with W. Kamau Bell, Born This Way, Deadliest Catch, Gaycation with Ellen Page, Intervention, and RuPaul's Drag Race. There's a lot of gay stuff on there. Born This Way, Deadliest Catch, Intervention, Project Greenlight, United Shades of America, Naked and Afraid, Wahlburgers, Alaska, The Last Frontier. Deadliest Catch wins a lot of these. Yeah, this is no way in hell. No, they aren't going to get on that. No way in hell. Outstanding Variety Special. WrestleMania 34. Okay. So, Outstanding Variety Special. Let's look at that. I've got a feeling I know what we're going to see here. We're going to see, like, the Oscars. We're going to see the Grammys. Yeah, that's what we're going to see. And there's no way they cannot compete. There's no way they compete with that. And this is the oldest category that they are trying to get the ballot on. This goes all the way back to 1959. Okay. I mean, it's great that they're on the prelim ballot, but here we go. Last year. Well, not so much. Carpool Karaoke Primetime Special. Full Frontal with Samantha Bee presents Not the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Louis C.K. 2017. Sarah Silverman, A Speck of Dust, and Stephen Colbert's Live Election Night Democracy Series finale. Who's going to clean up this shit? So it looks like they're in competition with stand-up specials. It looks like just a lot of comedy specials is what they're up against. But of course, last year, look at who's won it here. Carpool Karaoke Special. Kennedy Center Honors. Kennedy Center Honors are in a lot of there. Mel Brooks live at the Garden. Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Bill Maher live from D.C. Saturday Night Live 40th Anniversary Special. A lot of these are either ceremonial shows or comedy specials. Could WrestleMania 34 get in line for that? It could. It really could. I don't know, though. I mean, that's really, really tough. So, again, bear this in mind, though. Again, the WWE, for the first time ever, have made the prelim balloting for the Primetime Emmy Awards. In the well over 28 years that they have been on cable television, at least. Not even that. Yeah, cable television, at least. They're getting pub. They're getting pub. And that's what happens when you feed in some money to Sports Illustrated and ESPN and USA Today and Forbes. And, get your name out there. This is what happens. Get your name out there and get good publicity. Stop relying on the shock value publicity that you used to rely on in the late 90s. It's actually time to be good media business people. And they're being very good at it, don't get me wrong. Okay. Man, do I need to take a sip from that. All right. Time to quickly go over the milk carton. Trying to fly through here because we got to celebrate Vader's life. Is what we got to do. So let's go over the milk carton real quick. Again, the WWE Milk Carton. I am going to be showing you performers on the WWE roster that have not been on major television for at least 3 weeks. Okay, some have gotten on TV, like Mojo Rawley, so they're off the milk carton now, but others have been added on. And others have been on there for quite a while. But the rules are you have to appear on major WWE television to get off the milk carton. Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view. That's how you get off. WWE main event doesn't count. NXT doesn't count. Major WWE programming. So here we go. Ty Dillinger. Last time he was on TV, he had a match against Shinsuke Nakamura, but that was back on May 29th, 3 weeks ago. Where you been? What you up to, Ty? Not much. Not doing a lot of counting, you know? I don't know. I don't know what they could do with him. I really don't. Pair him off with Daniel Bryan? Oh boy. I have no clue what they could do with him. Let me get this W. No. There we go. The Bar. Where the hell's the Bar been? Same thing. We haven't seen them since May 29th, and that was back during a 6-man tag with them and The Miz against the New Day. What have they been doing? They've been going on vacation with families who won sweepstakes, going to Universal Studios. They've been doing a lot of stuff in Europe involving soccer tournaments. They've been doing dark matches. But they've been doing a lot of stuff outside of the ring in promoting. So I'm not going to really fault them as much as Ty Dillinger. But still. Where are you? Where have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Goldust. Still haven't seen you since I think May 7th. Is that right? Yeah, May 7th. Back when he asked Kurt Angle if he could be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Still haven't seen him. We don't even know if he's going to be having a match at all. May 7th is the last time we've seen him. When? It's been since, what are we looking at, April 30th? Since they had a squash match against a couple of jobbers. They have been on main event. They have been performing on there. We know that. They've been having squash matches, good matches on there with Titus Worldwide, Slater and Rhino. But we haven't seen them on major television since. I'm really afraid right now. I'm very, very afraid. I really, really hope they get on soon. Find out something. Do something. Primo Colon. He hasn't been on TV since the Greatest Royal Rumble on April 27th, and that's really all dependent on his tag team partner, if they're even going to be on television. If they're going to be repackaged again, if they're going to do something, I don't know. Mike Kanellis hasn't been since the Greatest Royal Rumble. He's doing dark matches. He can do something. Job to somebody. Try to build up. Maria wanted a baby, so there goes the greatest love I've ever known angle. Chris Jericho, yeah, we haven't seen him since the Greatest Royal Rumble. I just put him up there because I love that fucking scowl on his face. I can't help it. April 27th, Greatest Royal Rumble. We had the Raw following Money in the Bank. Still couldn't show your face. Now we know we're not going to see your face until after Extreme Rules. That will make it well over 3 months. We're looking at close to 3 months since we've seen this cat on television. Of any kind. I'm not saying that, he's the champion and he's got to be wrestling on TV or something like that. I should be making a milk carton thing for Paul Heyman. We haven't seen him either. I don't get it. They're really, really dropping the ball on that. Well, except for R-Truth. God, we haven't seen him since April 17th. We're now looking at over 2 months since we've seen him. And that was since the Superstar Shakeup. They made a big deal out of this. He was having fun with the New Day and Ty Dillinger and everything. And, hey, guys, I'm here. Don't know where you are. All right, but that's the WWE Milk Carton. That's the listing of everybody. Yeah, there's Ty again. Yep, that's everybody who has not been on TV for the past at least 3 weeks. So there you go. So if you find them, you know where they are, please contact the local authorities. Please call their parents. I'm sure they're worried sick. You know, just let them know that they're okay. That they're okay. All right. I need to fill this up because I have got another can of this sitting, waiting for me. And we have to celebrate Big Van Vader's life. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, probably be able to stick around because I'm going to show the match of the night coming up between Big Van Vader and Antonio Inoki from New Japan in 1996. This should be a lot of fun to be had. But before I do that, I've got to fill this sucker up with ice so that I can pour this in that thing. While I do that, you guys enjoy this graphic of Awesome Kong eating a turkey leg. I'm going to be right back. All right. Headphones, cable is everywhere. Jesus Christ. Oh, hi. All right, we got this. Let's crack this open. Let's bring up the match. Oh, there he is. So, yeah. This was the tweet that came out earlier this morning via Vader's Twitter account. Yeah, I was just sitting doing my usual promo stuff for the show on the Twitter, and suddenly this popped up. At first I was like, sure, is this happening? Sure, but yeah. I quickly informed Adam to get it on the site. Yeah. Man, that's a picture. Man. So it is with this in mind that we celebrate Big Van Vader's career. Not with his hardcore match with Cactus Jack in WCW 93 Halloween Havoc. Not with the White Castle of Fear match in WCW. None of that. We want to celebrate him the way that we... Well, not we. Maybe me. But I want to celebrate his career in a way that I also learn more about him. Because that's all I ever knew about him was what he did here in the States. Okay? And I never really asked him about his profession. And I never mean to do that with any professional wrestler I ever meet. I don't want to know about their work. I don't like doing that. I like talking with professional wrestlers and, telling them how much I enjoy their work, but at the same time ask them, what made you choose this? Why choose this line of work? How'd you get into this? He was very good at deflecting. To try to avoid that, instead started asking about me. And by God, me being, 18, 19 years old, I wouldn't know any better about deflecting or debating or anything like that. But it was a really great time that I had with him. To sit down and learn about him in college and all the advice that he gave me and Josh. That was really, really cool. Um, and it made me look at professional wrestlers in a completely different light. They were not these larger than life characters that we saw on TV, but also had drama going behind the scenes, and there were boys behind the back and stuff like that. No, they were regular, good people that had families of their own, had lives of their own, had friends of their own, just like we did, and just really love talking to others and hearing experiences and learning from them. Now, I don't know if he learned from me. I don't know about that. But he loved hearing it. God, we had such a great conversation. And seeing him dance outside of the Cracker Barrel when Josh turned up his theme song from the back from his truck was just, God, hilarious. So, it's with this that we are going to watch from New Japan in 1996. Big Van Vader versus Antonio Inoki. This was a 4-star match by Dark Overlord Meltzer himself. Vader only had one 5-star match, and we had already watched it. It was between him and Kaiji Muto, which is very great. It was a great match, don't get me wrong. But this one I'm very, very excited to watch. Okay, so sit back, take a sip. This is going to be a fun one. A really, really fun one. Nothing to be angry about with this one. Big Van Vader versus Antonio Inoki, New Japan, January of 1996. And here we go. Okay. Yeah. So, that was fun. That was really fun to check out, just to watch a little bit of Vader pre-WWE, post-WCW, to kind of see, just to watch something different of him. And at the same time, I really had not seen any Antonio Inoki stuff, so I'm going to definitely keep that in my mind for future stuff to watch. But that's going to do it for this episode of Wrestleview Weekly. Apologize for going on a little too late, but so much stuff to go over with the news. It's been a really chaotic past 36, 48 hours. But you be sure to catch me. I'm on the Twitters. I'll be putting up polls regarding the match of the week, match of the night for next week. If you have any suggestions for match of the night, be sure to direct message me at Doug Wrestleview on the Twitter is where you can find me. Also up on top, you've been seeing this gold bar of 52 to 100. That is for followers. 52 followers out of 100 right now to get to when we check out Wrestle Kingdom 12. Haven't seen it, been meaning to see it, but by God, it looks like Wrestle Kingdom 13 is going to show up by the time that is going to be old. So, please, help me out. I haven't seen it. I want to see it, and I want to see it with you guys. So, if you know anyone that might be interested in the show, please let them know. Give me a follow. Check me out. I'm kind of cool like that, I think. Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Give a follow, not only on here, but subscribe on our YouTube channel with Wrestleview. And until then, I will see you guys next week on hopefully brighter, sunnier, and happier times. Rest in peace, Vader.